Sunrise, dear friends. This is such a terrain. This is our campsite where we stopped for the night. Our camp looks like this. Well, this is me. Good morning, everyone. That's how you saw it all. Now, a little later, I'll take a picture of all the damage to the motorcycle.
Yes.
They said that this hill of scorpions must now be named after me. Andre managed to climb the hill 2 times in 10 minutes. Motorcycles can get ugly. Moreover, this is the first serious accident with this motorcycle in the 6 years since my death. So to speak, we also had fun at night. One of the guys left it on the street. There was a box of sugar and cookies there at night. Coyotes came and stole it, dragged it away. But they couldn't open the box. They pulled everything down, gutted it. So if you look, we're on high ground. See how far down the slope goes. 68 meters. So they came from there, dragged his box in, but well, they disemboweled it. Of course a little, but they couldn't finish. I didn't get the cookies. Well, it's interesting that we drank coffee for an hour. Now the guys will wake up. We will gather for another half an hour and 40 minutes and move before it is still so hot.
Well, as promised, let's go up to the motorcycle and see what I belched up here during the fall. Here you see these same tuning spacers that I had the roll on, and you can see that the left one broke. Also here you can see how the lever of the front tumors bent. And the clutch lever, but it basically remained intact. The only thing that got scratched didn't even bend, in my opinion. So scratches and nothing more.
No guys, we're moving forward. We spent the night in one place. We lead. Here it is, of course. Wind. In short, let's go somewhere where we can have breakfast. Let's begin today's route. A little. Let's go for a ride and then go home, because then it will be hot. broad daylight, this is where we camped yesterday. This is where we have Jackal. I'm not Jackal. These Toyota Coots were stolen yesterday. Package. Cookie. Time now is 6:40. I really love places like this. When I come, there is no one there. Quiet, calm down. Although I still didn't really manage to sleep well, but at least there was no music, like hell, on that beach in Kinneret. If you see, and it seems to you that the road is wet, guys, it is not wet. This road is spilled with fuel oil. I don't know what I decided, why, more precisely why. I know I don't understand. Is there really no other solution? You water the road to the brain there so that there is no dust. I don't feel it helps much. Well, nature just kills. We're going up to where I occupied yesterday with adventures, right? To that very elevation of Scorpions, which needs to be renamed in my honor. No, I'm in the wrong place. We're moving out on the primer. And I'm not lying, guys, that's where we came from. I thought we turned somewhere. We came from here. This is the quarry where the headquarters are mined. It's just that I didn't understand a little in the dark. Now I can see. But wherever we enter, the frequent road warns us. And you know, my friends, I will probably involuntarily begin to believe in fate. Tess rode the motorcycle yesterday morning. Did you do that to him the day before yesterday? I did it on a motorcycle, but here we have it. We left the Scorpion Heights behind. The day before yesterday, I took out mandatory motorcycle insurance. Without which you can't get through this? And then they call me, don't you want to do it? Insurance for your motorcycle. I said, forget it, I need no insurance. You say, I say, don't think like that. Literally, please. Okay.
Stop our civilizations after the desert. Now let's go in, have breakfast, eat the toilet, and go for a ride again. Well, it seems like it's also in the desert. So let's have breakfast.
Guys, this is it.
Yes, it is the very border of Israel and Jordan. I started talking about it, but I swelled up thinking that there can't be such a thing. There can't be a border like this. This is the border between Israel and Jordan. These hills on the right that you see are Jordan. The barbed wire is the border line. That is, there are absolutely no barriers here, practically nothing. On the left is a kibbutz, an Israeli collective farm. On the right is Jordan. The only thing that separates the two countries is a row of barbed wire. That's all. And then if you pay attention, there is no further than this barbed wire. It just breaks somewhere and everything happens like this.
But these guys are signs carefully mined. It's a minefield around to the right. There are no Jordanian Israeli mines. And he is such a pointer in every 20 moves. Nobody is behind these minefields. The soil here is so loose that is any rain, any wind, it moves them like I don't know who. So no one knows where these mines are, how many there are. Here, and we have it here, try it, and I'm wearing it slowly, but I'm driving fine so far. That is, in addition to everything I have. I still needed 500 here and decompose, but not while my food is normal. Look, if this is the border with Jordan, then where's the fence? I understand that we have a peace agreement, but not that much.
This is where our host Yuval stopped and suggested we stop by the observation deck. You can see her up on a mountain with trees. He told us how to get there. No matter what, our motorcycles are still road. Despite the fact that they are Indian, and in India this is a normal state of affairs, when this motorcycle rides on roads like this, we still don't have enough experience for such trips. Despite the fact that it seems that this can be done easily and effortlessly. In fact, for those of us who have virtually no off-road driving experience of any kind, this is quite an impressive obstacle, so he explains to us how to behave, how to get there, and in general such basic concepts. And naturally, he asked if we agreed to go up there. Of course, who would object? But that's why I came here.
And now we will go up there on the ground, little by little. Let's try not to decompose because I've had enough. I don't want to fall anymore.
Terry. We guys went up to the observation deck. Now let's see, Jordan is right in front of us. Well, here is a good place. Such a shadow. Everything is beautiful. What you see below is a dry lake. True, but a lake. Yes. This is Jordan saying, we went there are no borders, there is nothing. Some kind of thin fence made of barbed wire, and it ends, and periodically it is gone. In general, the only barrier is a minefield. Everyone looked for a couple of minutes and we went down.
Well, friends, went up and down. Thank God. Yes, your friends, it turned out that this road is the border. We are now on the border with Jordan. All that separates us from Jordan is a minefield.
So the guys arrived in some kind of puddle, as they say, and it seems like you can even shop here. Well, I see fish, there are some small fish. Such a puddle. Really listen to your lips. Seriously swim. He really likes aquarium fish. You can probably even climb in and skimp. Well, I don't know. Now I'll think about it. We'll see.
I thought, looked, made up my mind and climbed in. The water is refreshing, of course, but it smells sulfur. Well, I don't know what the origin of the water the fish live there is, but it really smells gray. I didn't change clothes and put everything else on, and so wet.
I wore clothes for hours.
For a year and a half, I felt like I was driving with air conditioning like this.
Or not, if you thought it was the border. No, it's not the border. It's just that part of the road goes through some Israeli kibbutz, and they just closed the gate. They're here.
That is,
We arrived, the borders were closing.
The gate was closed.
someone arrived in a car and kindly opened the gate for us.
As I should.
Let's settle down, drag on this.
And then there was the road home, and that was it.
Home. But the road was still very beautiful. There was something special.
Well, friends, this is where our motorcycle trip began. That's where it ends. Now let's take a break from rising water, whoever wants to eat. And home, but I'm still 150 kilos from here. Smoke. Why will I see you at home? I went dangerously wrong.
No.
Then I went to the wrong place in Jordan. I still have an hour and a half to save 150 kilometers.
Well, let's let our friends down. As a result, I arrived. Impressions above the roof above you have no idea how much. Beautiful desert at night and even illuminated by moonlight, that's what it is. Absolutely incomparable, I don't know, I don't have an elephant, but
Did you see?
this trip cost me some nerves. Well, not just nerves. There are things that I now need to restore on the motorcycle. I'll find out, check how much it will cost me, and then I'll tell you in some video, and this is what we need to restore. The visor is the headlight rim, that is, well, most likely restoring it already makes sense. No, that needs to be changed. Windbreaker, I've already thought about removing it altogether. Removing it in principle, as fate itself decided I'll remove it. He still said, like in one of his videos, he didn't stand quite correctly, not quite evenly. That is, well, this is how the mirrors are. Surprisingly, despite what I saw, the motorcycle fell, everything was scratched. Surprisingly, the mirrors survived. They were already cracked though, and here it is. And in general, he sealed the crack in the media, but the mirror survived. Handle's the front brake handle. You see, it's also bent, but it's intact. I'll try to straighten it out. See how it ends. I'll try to straighten it out. Clutch handle, you see, quite damaged. Well, it's not bent at all. I'll take it off and clean it a little carefully, of course. You've already seen all this. But I'll say the motorcycle fell 2 times on 2 sides. That is, it wasn't enough for him that I dropped it. so he also fell himself later. Well, because of the wind, further than the handlebar mount, this is my tuning handlebar mount, if anyone remembers. I told in the video how I added it. Yes, the extension is not an extension of the new mount, roughly speaking. Here you see it is broken, that is. Here it was, that is, it broke in several places. Two remained, two bridges remained intact, but this one was broken. Well, that's right, from such a blow to the steering wheel, but well, to some Indian manufacturers, I want to say that everything here remained intact. Scratched the tank with these chironins. When the motorcycle fell, scratched the tank. Well, not that directly, terribly strong, but I'll try to polish this matter. Well, of course it won't be possible to turn it around anymore, but I'll still try to polish something in principle. Everything else is fine, everything else is intact. All living things. All this nonsense happened purely through my fault. Once I dropped my motorcycle, and I dropped it precisely because of these pads. Well, not entirely because of it, but it was part of the factor. That is, when we set off, my motorcycle was parked. It turns out to be down a slope, and there was also a slope specifically to the side. That is, the motorcycle was not standing evenly, and the asphalt on which we wanted to drive. It had such an edge, and in one place the edge was strong, but closer to me the edge was smaller. I decided this border. How to say save? Well, it doesn't matter. I turned the steering wheel very steeply, and all these factors of the fact that I turned the steering wheel steeply, the cushion due to which I didn't reach the ground with my foot, the fact that the motorcycle was tilted. Well, apparently, in my opinion, a stone also got under the wheel. In short, I dropped the motorcycle, la boc. The motorcycle was working, and what's more, in this test situation, I flew further, ran up to the motorcycle and couldn't find the button to turn it off. That is, it worked for another 30-40 seconds. Verb and button, I couldn't find it in the darkness. He had to do with it. This was such turmoil, stress, and I couldn't find the window. I don't know why.
But, as it turned out, everything was actually accurate. Yes. On the contrary, the second I fell, I came back and quickly shut down the motorcycle with the emergency shutdown button.
Well, okay, it was one time, two times, literally after 15 minutes, 10 minutes, we went down the Serpentine. We drove to another place. I've been to this place before, but the thing is, all my video footage from this trip, when I was there, they were left on a hard drive that fell. It fell off mine and locked up. Repairing this disc is not particularly expensive, but I still don't have that extra money, so I left it alone for now and didn't do anything. He lies, he is waiting for better times, but in general in this place, he filmed all this while it is not available on the site. And so I decided to shoot this at night. At least I went to the edge of the cliff to shoot this horse that is down there. And the wind was crazy. I had to do with it because of the wind and practically didn't hear anything. I turned around and the bike was already there. Well, I'm an idiot here too, because I put the motorcycle nose on the downhill. Wind-strong motorcycle, loaded windmill. And the stuff on the trunk, that is the stuff in the back, created such a sail that the wind just pushed it forward, and the center step, it folds as the motorcycle moves, and it folds and the motorcycle falls. If I put it, on the contrary, face up, that is against the slope, then the central step would work just in opposition to the wind. Well, in general, so let's learn from our mistakes, and you learn from my mistakes. Never put the motorcycle on the central tray under the knife without even looking. All this, the motorcycle showed itself very, very, very worthily. It fell on me 2 times. And after that, I started with half a mile and drove on, and I finished this trip with the steering wheel on it. These spacers are broken. How I got out of the situation, but not to my happiness. When I left these supplies, I am the original mounts. I didn't remove the steering wheel. I didn't put it away. This is it. This is the original handlebar mount. It stayed here. I don't know what I had in mind there, but I decided to leave it. Let it stand, just like it stood. These spacers are the original steering wheel mounts. And luckily for me, one of the guys, he took a tool. She had these hexagonal keys, just the ones we needed. It quickly took us about 40 minutes. We quickly repaired everything, installed everything, put everything in place, returned everything, and continued the trip. But the guys here will involuntarily begin to believe in fate. On Thursday, I took out compulsory motorcycle insurance on Friday in order to pass a technical inspection, and on Thursday, when I took out compulsory insurance, immediately after some time they called me. Let's say, insure more iron, like there's an accident there. I say, no need. She tells me, think, let's insure. I say, I already thought, don't leave me, and didn't insure. One call, two call is when I didn't bring the tool with me. One trip is mine when I didn't bring the tool with me at all. Just one of the guys said, guys in carefully wrote, guys, I took the tool. You don't have to take it for us. I think, okay, carry less weight with you, and I didn't take it, and that's it. One time when I didn't take a tool with me, this is what happened. Well, that is, you can start believing in fate. Well, basically everything ended well. The trip was a success. The impressions were over the roof. I advise everyone to the guys. I advise everyone, there are several guys who... My subscribers, by the way, I asked them to take them with me on the next trip, I promised, but this time it was only for Royal Enfield. If something like this happens again, I will definitely invite everyone I came to. All is well, that ends well, all ended quite well. Yes, there are some cons. For money too, well, that happens, so thank you all very much for watching. Good luck to everyone.